Welcome to The Explainer. Have you ever been in an argument and you know deep down you might be wrong, but you just can't bring yourself to admit it? Well, today we're diving into Julia Galef's The Scout Mindset to look at two totally different ways we handle information, one that keeps us trapped and another that actually helps us see things clearly.
So, let's kick things off with this really powerful idea: the map is not the territory. Just think about that for a second. We all walk around with a mental map of how the world works, right? It's made up of all our beliefs and our experiences, but here's the thing we always forget. That map, it's just a representation. It's not the real thing.
I mean, think back to 2016. For millions of people, those outcomes were just impossible. So what happened? Well, their mental maps of the political world were just completely out of date. It's kind of like trying to navigate a brand new city using a 10-year-old version of Google Maps. You're going to get seriously lost. So if our maps need updating, why don't we do it?
Well, a big reason we don't update our maps comes down to this character that lives inside all of our heads, the soldier. Julia Galef calls this the soldier mindset. It's that automatic, almost primal instinct to defend our beliefs the second they come under attack.
A soldier has one job: defend the fortress. And in this mindset, your beliefs are the fortress. So a disagreement isn't a chance to learn, it's a battle. New information isn't something to consider, it's either a weapon for your side or a threat from the other. And admitting you're wrong? No way. That feels like surrendering.
The thing is, while winning that little argument feels good for a second, the long-term cost is huge. It's what makes you stick with a failing project at work, even when everyone is waving red flags. It makes you ignore tough feedback from people who are just trying to help. And over time, it just leaves you more stressed, more alone, and completely stuck.
Okay, so if being a soldier is so bad for us, what's the alternative? Well, it's a total shift in perspective, from soldier to scout. And this is how you start building a worldview that's not just comfortable, but actually, accurate.
See, unlike a soldier, a scout's job isn't to defend some fort they've already built. Their job is to go out and see the terrain for what it really is. They explore, they observe, and they come back with the most accurate map they can create, even if what they find is totally unexpected. The goal isn't to win, it's to understand.
And this right here, this is the real game changer. For the soldier, being wrong is a crushing defeat. But for the scout, realizing you're wrong is a victory. It means you just found a flaw in your map, and now you get to make it better. It's not failure, it's progress.
All right, so this scout mindset sounds great, right? But how do you actually do it? Well, the first step is to start pushing back against that powerful urge to just keep doing things the way you've always done them.
Okay, here are a couple of really powerful mind games you can play. First, the under new management game. Just pretend you got hired today to run your own life. Would you keep your current job? Would you stay in that same project? It helps you detach from defending past choices. Then there's the snap your fingers test. If you're on the fence about a big change, imagine you could snap your fingers and it's already done. Poof! Do you feel relief, or do you wish you could go back? These little tricks help you see what you really want.
Now for a really crucial scout skill: learning from people you disagree with. We've all heard the advice to just listen to the other side. But what if that's actually terrible advice? Turns out, how you listen and who you listen to, that's what really matters.
Yeah, you heard that right. It's kind of shocking, but just throwing yourself into the deep end with the loudest, most extreme voices from the other side, it often does way more harm than good. In fact, research shows it can completely backfire, making us dig our heels in even deeper.
And the research on this is just wild. Look at these studies. When people were forced to read media from the opposite political side, they didn't become more open-minded. Nope. They walked away thinking, wow, those people are even more biased than I thought. It just reinforced what they already believed.
So what's the right way to learn? Well, it starts inside your own head. First, try to lighten your identity a bit, so that a challenge to one of your beliefs doesn't feel like a personal attack. Then, test how certain you really are. But maybe the most important thing is this: pick your conversation partners carefully. Don't go looking for Twitter trolls. Find the thoughtful critics, the people you might disagree with but who you actually respect. That's where the real learning happens.
Okay, let's wrap this up and get to the single biggest takeaway from all of this. What's the real goal here? And it all comes down to this. This is the heart of the scout mindset. It's shifting from a desperate need to be right to a genuine desire to get it right. When you can make that switch, you stop just defending your turf and you start exploring the world.
Honestly, it's the path to becoming more compassionate, less anxious, and a much, much better decision maker.
So, I'm going to leave you with a question to chew on. Think about one of your most deeply held beliefs. Are you treating it like a fortress that needs to be defended at all costs, or like a map that's ready for an update? Thanks for watching.